Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'm glad you're here. And today's the mooning the ancestors. The energies, the astrological energies this week are about boldness, um, commitment, and freedom. And I will read you what moonreading.com says for the week. This week, a fiery last quarter moon in Sagittarius rises on March 11th, awakening the power of boldness and the freedom that comes from trusting yourself completely. You already know where you've been holding back, the decision you keep circling, the move you won't fully commit to. Under this lunation, you are reminded of this fundamental truth. Timidity, being too timid, creates more obstacles than it avoids. When you approach something with visible uncertainty, the world mirrors the uncertainty right back to you in opposition and resistance and doors that won't open. But when you commit fully, even to an imperfect plan, something shifts. People respond differently. Obstacles rearrange themselves. There's something specific in your life right now that requires your total conviction. And also, under this lunation, we're called to examine the areas of our life where we've been holding back or playing too small or waiting for permission that only we can give. So, the bold people do not ask for permission. They move with such certainty that others instinctively step aside or fall in line. This is not arrogance, it's alignment. And when you know who you are and act from that knowing, resistance dissolves. So, this last quarter moon urges us to think for ourselves unapologetically, with clarity, to look at the options that we've adopted or been doing all our lives or for a length of time, that we did them just because everybody else was doing them or because we were told that was good or someone else said that's the way you should do it. What paths have you followed because someone else insisted that those paths were the correct ones? Reclaim your intellectual sovereignty this week and claim it. Claim that boldness, that commitment that comes from you being in alignment with what you want. This is not the reckless boldness of someone who has not considered the consequences, but strategic boldness. You are someone who would understand that decisive action, even imperfect action, is almost always superior to paralysis. Can't talk very well this morning. You will never feel fully prepared, so act anyway. And it reminds me, when I was a freshman in high school, I took organ lessons. I already played the piano, but I took organ lessons because the current organist at our church didn't want to do it anymore and no one else would do it. And so they thought, here, hand it to me since I played the piano. So I was willing. And she taught me how to play piano. The prior organist taught me how to play the organ. And the best advice she gave me, she said, if you make a mistake, don't go, oops, don't have an expression on your face. Don't stop of any kind. Just keep going and no one else will notice your mistake. And I use that advice many, many times in both piano and organ and really in everything else I do. That's the podcast too. It's like, just keep going because people will notice a lot more if you just stop and point attention to it. And that's kind of the same thing they're talking about this. And, this goes to one of my intentions that I had for this year, for the resolution for this year, or for the year of the fire horse, however you want to look at it. And that intention was to, for my business, I have to, I get to do, I have the opportunity to do marketing in different ways, or reach out to people, or, put myself forward and attract those people who relate to who I am and what I do, and things like that. And so I've always looked at it before with fear of uncertainty, with not great fear, of course, but am I good enough type of fear. What can I do? What can I do that will really attract people type of thing? And that's changed a lot inside me. And so I'm wanting to put myself out there. I'm willing to try different things. I'm wanting to fully express that in me, to the best of my ability. And so one of my intentions was to love to learn that marketing, that sharing, that reaching out, and to find the best way of implementing it, or the best way of expressing myself. And so it takes boldness and courage and commitment, but there's a lot of freedom in it too, especially as more and more I feel myself coming into that, and the freedom that is in then being able to express myself and unapologetically, this is who I am, this is what I do. If you are interested, then here I am. So anyway, we'll move on. And Tuesday, the energy for today, after 5 months of being retrograde, Jupiter was in retrograde, and it was about internal growth. Then Jupiter then moves forward again. So obstacles involving home, family, or emotional security begin to clear. And it goes direct. Jupiter goes direct in Cancer, for those who you are interested. I read these things. I don't usually remember them or know all the things, but I learn a little bit. And the big picture is what I want of when we work with these energies instead of against them, then our lives are smoother and happier. And we receive what the universe had for us in our personal growth and in our lives. And so then, and also energies for today is about the relationship between Venus and Pluto, and of where they're positioned in the sky is called sextile. And it says this adds a layer of depth and intensity to the day. Conversations may become more honest and transformative, especially regarding things that you truly value. So you might pay attention to conversations. And then tomorrow, on the 11th, a crisis of consciousness. It's when the quarter moon becomes the full quarter. It's in Sagittarius. And they call the energies of this is called a crisis of consciousness. This is the time to release the ideas or projects that didn't work over the last lunar cycle, in order to make room for the coming new moon on March 18th. So those are the energies this week. And today's big star energy, and I believe yesterday was also, or kind of depends on the information that I read about it. If they're in a different time zone and it puts them in a different day, then their big star energy was yesterday. And I think that's what happened. Whereas today's the big star energy for here. So I feel it more in me, the different star energy. And so we'll go forward to our tuning, to tune ourselves to work with these energies instead of against us, to tune ourselves to boldly go where no man or woman has gone before, where we haven't gone before, in stepping out in our authenticity in our heart, in our what we are meant to express in this life, what is us. So, ready to begin the tuning here. The energies feel a bit uncertain as I'm listening here to the fork. It's resounding through the vibrations. It's picking up that uncertainty within me that I feel. Encouraging me to express and move forward. I hope you feel that too. If you feel tension within you or energy moving in your body or the need to wiggle or something, take a deep inhale, slow through your nose. Hold it for a minute or a few moments and exhale through your nose, making a sound to help release that energy stored. Grounding more fully now. So first we were into heart energy and softening, asking for that to come forth. And now we're in solar plexus energy. Beginning to express that boldness with more boldness. into sacral energy to express that what is ours, right? The sensuality, sensitivity, creativity, to know from our core that which is meant to express, or that is wanting, asking you to express today. And now the root energy for the confidence, safety, security that we need for this boldness, to feel good about the commitment and to step into that freedom. Just releasing the fears, the trepidation, uncertainty, anxiety. Sometimes it's hard if other people in our family or friends are close to us, and we're the only ones stepping out into this expression of ourselves, or we're the only ones breaking those molds that the commitments we made just because they were the right thing to do, or the accepted or expected things to do. I know, been there, done that. It can be scary. It can be difficult because those relationships change, and sometimes never go back to the way they were. But it was always worth it. It is always worth it to me. It's like this yearning. When you tap into it is, and feel that fully, it becomes instead of I'm afraid to do this, it is I feel this so deeply that I cannot not do it. And even though I'm scared, even though it's uncertain, I have to do this to express me, that it's worth much more. That freedom of fully expressing me is much more worth it than any consequence or feeling that I may notice from others around me. Going to go with the weighted fork here, and going to be working on the third eye here for a while. And I'm the surrogate for you. That's my intention, just so I'm placing it in the right place here. Of all of us would feel this to deepen our intuition, to clear our inner brain crystals, to increase the nitric oxide production within our body, to bring joy and courage and boldness into our lives. And now heart energy for all of us. I just hold the intention of connecting with each of you who will ever watch, and that we're standing together as one, receiving this. And now sacral energies, that deep creativity. Okay, now we're going to be using a pair of forks here, the 528 and the 417. So the binaural beat is 111. To dig deep within us to find that which is begging to express today. The blocks that are begging to clear today. I felt it come up and release it. Connecting to source. Figure eights here to connect or bring communication in all our energy systems of our body and biofield. And now if you hold your intention of whatever it is you want to express, or of finding that which you want to express, and I will amplify that energy as I zip us up from toe to crown for protection today. And connect our ascending flow with the joy of those in the oneness. Okay, thanks for watching. Please give it a like if you found it helpful. And thank you. I will catch you again next week for our moon energies. And I also wanted to say just a word about in March as well as September, every equinox, I do a program I developed called Friend a Tree Week. And it's the 3 days before the equinox, and then the equinox itself, and then 3 days after it. That's my week whenever the equinox occurs. And I'm encouraging each person to hold a tree. Put your hands on the tree, and with the intention of sending your intentions, your personal intentions, as well as our spirit's intentions of knowing our oneness with God, with universal spirit. And to send, the trees will pull up their energy from the earth, amplify it through all the crystals in the earth, and send it up through their leaves and vibrate it out through the water molecules everywhere throughout the universe and the light waves. And try it. And so that's what I encourage this week. And so tomorrow, my podcast, I have an interview with Barb Hayward, and she's a New Zealander, and she comes to us with stories from her experience with trees. And then later in the month, I have another interview or two planned, as well as some other things that will be coming up. So thank you much for watching. I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.